Welcome to the Driveway Beers podcast with Mike and Alex. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoy the show. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share on any platform that you're listening on. All right, welcome back to another show. Thank you for returning. Thank you for sharing the show. It's really been amazing to see how many more people are listening. I think the listens have almost doubled since last time, which is great. Thank you. Notice that we're not advertising our VPN as we're in current negotiations with them. They want us to revamp the website and where we put everything, and I'm like, nope. We're putting you where we put you. You don't pay us enough to dictate where we put you on the website and whatnot. So for now, we're not going to advertise for them anymore, and we may find a new one in the future. But anyway, all right. So I kind of plugged them without plugging them, right?
Yeah. So if you happen to be there,
right? Yeah. If you happen to be there and want to click on it, I mean, go ahead. But no harm done if you didn't. Although, if you do want to go to the website, go to the donate section. If you want to buy us a cup of coffee, there's a place for you to send us a little extra change on PayPal. And I drink coffee. We both would dabble in a cigar or a beer, if you will. So if you feel inclined, I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying if you felt inclined, like if you were going to go buy a VPN but decided not to because they're kind of doing some nasty things with it right now, and you wanted to go the other way. Either way, it's up to you. We did an episode. Shoot, I don't remember when we put it out. 5 weeks ago about the movies.
I think the weather was warm when we put it out, so definitely this summer.
So we talked about our 5 favorite movies, which we're going to have to revisit because I think the top 5 for each was pretty easy. I think the next 10 would be the more interesting and maybe controversial part of the list.
And I just saw Top Gun Maverick, so that would be in my top 5.
Listen, I saw that movie too, all right? I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know how to say this without saying it, right? I'm not one to pay for movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm more of an R-matey kind of viewer of stuff. Read into that what you will. I went to the movie theater, and keep in mind, my wife is the one that said, hey, we should go see Top Gun Maverick in the theater. I'm like, really? She goes, they have the comfortable seats. I said, you're right. Let's go back to the theater. Yeah. All right. Because I right before COVID was when they kind of revamped a lot of the movie theaters with the nice, big, comfy seats. So I forgot that it was like that. And so we went, saw Top Gun Maverick.
It's actually a nice city in there.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
The seats were big. I'm a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
The seats were nice and wide, and they were cushy, and they had an electronic recline.
Yeah.
And I had a little shelf or tray that comes and turns into you.
It's like sitting in first class.
It literally, honest to God, like with as much legroom and everything. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, and I've never sat in first class.
Yeah,
I've watched a video about it though.
Right,
and it looks the same.
Yeah.
All right. The only thing different, I didn't have anyone bringing me like caviar, right? So I got my own snacks. I did my nachos and I did a bag of popcorn.
I like my tub of popcorn.
I
prefer my movie refreshments and snacks from the Tub-O line.
Yes.
Tub-O Coke, Tub-O popcorn.
If I'm going for the popcorn, I'm putting the butter on, right?
Oh yeah.
My movie theater butter popcorn. That's part of the experience for me, right? That's part of my.
And I'll pay $14 for it.
Oh yes, every time.
Yeah.
Not that I'm going that often, but yeah, when I'm going, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm getting my discount matinee ticket at like $12 or $13, but I'm paying like $25 for snacks and drinks and whatever else. And that's you know what? I'm gladly paying it now that the seat's comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that old school seat where my tailbone is starting to hurt.
It folds down when you sit.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Minute 35 is when I start to get like the pains going because I'm older now. I'm not as young as I used to be.
Not spry.
No. But now that they got like the Barca Lounger in the movie theater, forget it. Take my money.
Yep.
All right. But we were waiting for a movie we thought was a movie theater movie. a lot of movies go into movie theaters, but there's no enhanced experience by going to see it in the theater.
Like, Love Actually is a pile of crap.
Yeah.
It's also not improved at all by watching it in the theater.
None. Yeah.
You can watch it on an old boob tube TV.
Yes. Yeah. I can R-matey that.
Yeah.
And be fine.
Yeah. I could never see it and be fine.
Yeah. Right. Although I'm not gonna lie. Like, look, Love Actually not a bad movie. Come on.
Yeah, but then Valentine's Day was the same premise.
Also not bad.
Terrible.
He's not that into you?
Terrible.
Not horrible.
I don't like any of them.
I could get into it. I'm not saying, look, it's a great movie. I'm just saying it's enjoyable and entertaining.
Love Actually had so many stars in it.
Yeah.
It was like watching an all-star baseball game.
He's just not
It's
that
just
into you.
not-
Like Ben Affleck, Jennifer Aniston. It had a whole bunch of people in there.
It's just not that good. You need those scrappy guys that are trying to come up.
Yeah. I'll give it to you.
They
A-list
phoned it
actors,
in.
yeah, the A-list actors definitely phoned it in.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you. But the storyline, how it all comes together at the end with everyone being related somehow, not too bad.
But they've made a bunch of those movies. None of them are any good. I'm sorry.
I can't argue with that premise though.
Yeah.
All I could say is,
Why
if
can't
it's a
it be
guilty
some-
pleasure,
But why,
I could watch it.
Yeah, but why can't it be something cool like mobsters that are all killing each other? Why does it have to be some cheesy rom-com, chick flick?
It's because Joe Pesci's getting old and he can only make so many movies. And it's not a real mobster flick if you don't have that.
Well, we need a next generation Joe Pesci.
So, speaking of mobster type movies, so we watched The Offer. So The Offer was on It was put out on Paramount Plus. It was a 10-episode, one season. That's all there's going to be in one season.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about how the Godfather movie got made.
Okay.
So it was about, obviously Mario Puzo wrote the novel, and it was the #1 bestseller. And then this one guy wanted to make the movie. He was a guy working at like IBM or something. He wasn't even in the movies, and somehow he ended up on the set. Anyway, it was really cool how he got it made, but then how he had to deal with the mob and Joe Bonanno, and it goes through all of that, and then filming in New York City, and so oddly enough, also had Miles Teller from Top Gun Maverick in it.
Okay.
And for me, Miles Teller kind of had that face you just wanted to punch. Like he was in what was that movie with shoot, I can't remember the guy's name. The Jonah Hill.
Okay.
It was like it wasn't War Dogs. Maybe it was War Dogs. War Dogs. When him and Jonah Hill were like running guns or something.
Oh, that was him?
Yeah, he was in
okay.
that, and then he was in that movie with like Michael B. Jordan. It was kind of like a Love Actually type of rom-com movie. And you just wanted to like punch the dude in the face. Like he just had that face. It's like I didn't want to like him.
He was awesome as Nick Bradshaw Jr.
So I watched him in The Offer. And I was like, geez, I kind of like the way I kind of like what he's doing here. And then we went to saw Top Gun Maverick, and I was like, man, he kind of killed it.
Yeah.
He kind of he nailed this.
Yeah.
And so, I gotta give the props to Miles Teller. But going back, Top Gun Maverick was a movie to see in the theater.
Absolutely.
Hands down.
So, did I ever tell you my Top Gun? So, Top Gun came out in 1986. In the summer of 86. It was a summer blockbuster film that came out. I was 7. So, we had just moved from New Jersey to the D.C. area, and my mother decided to take me and my sister to the movies because the summer was so hot. We'll go see a cheap, a show during the day when it's hot. We'd be in the cool air conditioning of the movie theater. So we decided to go see Top Gun. And my sister threw a fit because she wanted to see the Care Bear movie. So guess what movie we saw? Was it Top Gun? Nope. We watched the Care Bear movie.
Care Bear share.
In the theater. Went right next door. I could hear was going on next door, and I was stuck watching the Care Bear movie. So I missed it. So when this movie came out in the theater, of course, everyone who listens to it, I have 3 boys. I brought them all before the movie started, and I said, boys, well, the original movie when I saw it when I was a little kid, I said it changed my life. And they're like, really, Daddy? I said, yep. I said, you're about to see the best movie ever. Now my youngest, he wants to watch Top Gun because now it's not out The second one's not available yet, but we have the first one. He wants to watch it all the time. Daddy, Top Gun. Okay, let's do it. So
do you put the original or the second? Well, you put the original or second one on for him.
Original,
right? Yeah. That's all we can do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I was trying to think of like, what else would I want to see in the theater? Like, what's coming out that I want to see? And to be honest with you, and Quentin Tarantino actually he did an interview recently where he was talking, like he just kind of talked about it. It was either an interview or on Twitter. I forgot what it was, but basically he said, yeah, this was a cinematic movie made for the cinema, and yeah, they're not making movies like this anymore, where it brings people into the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, nobody's going to the movie theater to watch Love Actually. So why put it in there?
Yeah.
You know, like, and then like, it's kind of like the Marvel movies, right? People want to see those in the movie theater.
Yeah.
People don't want to see Angels in the Outfield in the movie theater,
Mm-mm.
right? So the problem is, though, they're just not making those types of movies anymore. I mean, you got maybe a John Wick 4, but is that even a movie theater movie? The only one, I mean, Tom Cruise, as much as you want to bash him for the Scientology stuff, the guy's Mission Impossible movies are movie theater movies.
Mm-hmm.
Top Gun Maverick, movie theater movie.
Yeah.
Like those are movies where if you go, you get a better experience. Now, for years though, the movie theaters weren't doing their part. They were those garbage seats, floors were sticky,
mm-hmm.
kids were running around rampant.
Yeah.
Just being annoying because they're kids. Now, tickets cost a little bit more, but the seats are more comfy. Less seats in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
I think someone smart enough said, look, what's the point of having 20 empty seats? Let's just remove 20 seats and make the ones we have more comfortable.
Yeah. And then charge more for those.
And charge more.
Yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah.
Because adults will pay more.
Yeah.
Especially if they don't have to deal with someone kicking the back of their seat. You know.
And then some of them bring you drinks and you can order stuff directly to your seat. So it's coming like an experience.
If I find a theater like that, I may not leave. Like I may be like, look, what's the next can you imagine if they did double features?
Yeah.
Where you didn't have to leave that seat and they just put on one movie and then another one. The old double feature.
Or they played the movie you wanted to see. So say the Ravens were playing Sunday Night Football.
I'll forget it.
Okay?
Every
so
Sunday.
you go and watch the movie from 6 to 8, and then at 8 you watch Sunday Night Football at the theater.
Shoot, even if they have the 1 o'clock game.
Yeah.
You go there for the 1 o'clock game?
Yep.
And at 4 o'clock, movie.
Yeah.
Movie and dinner.
Yeah.
This is it. Why don't we run the movie theater?
Let's do it.
Good God. You know how many people would sign up for that?
I know. You just come in.
A 30-seat theater? Full.
Yeah, oh yeah. Have a nice little bar food kitchen in the back.
Not only that, it'd be the same 30 people every week if they had a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Just got to have 17 different movies to put on.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. What do you do? Sometimes you do a kid movie for the kids. Sometimes you don't. Yeah,
Right.
Who knows? Who knows? But movie theaters, take note. Just made you $1 million.
Yeah. Remember, you heard it here first.
That's right.
Now we need royalties.
5%. 10. I meant 10. Shoot, makes me too bad. Running a movie theater's big business. Could go by. I said we go small town America. Go by the local movie theater. Revamp it.
We got to find one.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder where the movie theater in Annapolis was.
The one I went to was in the Harbor Center.
No, I mean like in old Annapolis.
Oh.
Like there had to have been a movie theater there at one point.
Maybe. Why don't they don't have drive-ins by us anymore?
No, there is one up near. We've been there. It's up by Middle River.
Yeah.
It's called Benji's.
Okay. Yeah.
And they play I think we saw Elf there during COVID. So
My other problem. Here's my problem with the drive-in theater. If you got young kids, once they figure out they can get out of the car and run around,
that's all they're doing.
that's all they're going to do. They're not going to watch the movie.
Well, the problem we had was that we had to turn, we're sitting there. So we saw Elf around Christmas time. So it's December. So I want the heat to be on the car, so I left the engine on. Some drive-in movie theater Gestapo came over and said, "You have to turn your engine off." I'm like, "What? Turn your engine off. It's right. It's a policy." I'm like, okay.
Way to guarantee I don't come back, guy.
Yeah. But it's like, how do I run the heat in the car? Now I've got 5 people in the car. It's cold outside. Everyone's breathing inside. I can't run the defroster. What happens to the windows?
Can't see.
Right. So I'm just like, all right, we out.
Right. Like, good luck surviving after COVID.
Yeah.
Your business sucks.
The place was packed. There's nothing else to do.
Yeah, I got to imagine now.
So,
it would be funny, though, if you went back now to see if it was still packed.
Well, yeah. And that place, like, they have, like, they sell, like, they have sodas, but it's all, like, off-brand, like cola.
Right.
It's not Coke or Pepsi. It's just
It's a Mountain
cola.
Shoutin'.
Yeah.
Not Mountain Dew. Dr. Bob.
Yeah.
Not Dr. Pepper.
Right.
Yeah.
Not even Mr. Pibb.
Yeah. By the way, those are Dr. Bob and Mountain Shoutin'. They're real.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I used to play cards with some guys, and the goal for everyone was to bring a soda that was a carbon copy of a name brand without the name brand.
Okay.
It was like a mission. Like, I used to go to like 3 different grocery stores to find them. Like, Wegmans usually have the better ones, like, with the fun names, but
It's like, too bad you couldn't find Surge anymore.
Surge and Jolt.
Jolt.
Surge and Jolt Cola. Surge was the Mountain Dew version. Jolt was the Coca-Cola version. And it was just like 10 times the caffeine in each bottle.
Yeah. But here's the thing. They went and discontinued those because they were bad for kids. But now you've got like Monster. Like,
or even the coffee brands jumped on it.
Yeah.
Like, you got Starbucks double espresso shot cans.
Yeah.
Okay, this has got more caffeine than Surge ever did.
Right.
It's like, you should have left well enough alone.
And rather than just caffeine in it, now they have taurine too, which is like super high test. So
like, let's try and kill as many kids as possible.
Yeah. But no, but getting back to Top Gun Maverick, the movie's been out. We can talk about it, right?
Yeah, we went and saw it.
Yeah, no. But watching, because I was talking to some buddies that hadn't seen it yet.
Oh, you want to do spoilers?
Well, yeah. Can we do a spoiler?
I'd say go lightly, but yeah, I think you can do a little bit.
So, watching...
Actually, hold on. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, fast forward through this, if you haven't seen it and you plan on it.
That's right.
It's not a big one, but watching Maverick in an F-14 at the end, and when I saw them, what they were doing, and I was like, oh, he's going for the Tomcat. And I'm like, oh, that's bad. Like, just to see it. Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to put this out there. And again, this is all spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, keep fast forwarding. When Goose's son and Maverick didn't get along, and then toward the end of the movie, when they did get along, and the dialogue was pretty good, like the dialogue was that kind of witty, dry humor, that's when I started to enjoy the movie more.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like them at Loggerheads.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I understood why. I didn't like it, though.
Yep.
Like, no. Goose's kid, Maverick. No. Come on now.
Yeah.
That should be given. But I like that last part of the movie, though. The dialogue between them was really good.
Yeah.
I was actually shocked at how well Tom Cruise did with modern humor.
Oh, yeah.
In the modern driver. Because in the original Top Gun, there was none of that.
No.
So I was surprised. I was surprised at how well he bounced off of Miles Teller, and Miles Teller bounced off him with that kind of dry, younger humor.
Yeah,
in my opinion. But that's for me when the dialogue got really good. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
So for me, actually, the movie got better as it went along. Like, don't get me wrong, the beginning was really cool. But man, once you started hitting those action scenes,
oh yeah,
like once they started flying some planes,
yep,
I'm like, oh, we're in it. Okay, great.
Oh, yeah.
And then it got better, and then it got better,
yep,
and it got better.
And when and at the end when they get in the Tomcat and I guess what Miles Teller or Rooster was his call sign, gets to the back, it's like, oh, it's so old.
He's just like his whole thing, like while he's back there, is just all one-liners.
Yeah.
About this machine, like when he's got to go and he's like banging on it.
Yeah.
Go over there and just hit buttons.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, when you think about it, though, you know what they're used to, like in an F-18 now, a Super Hornet compared to an F-14 then, like, yeah, cathode ray tubes and, you know, things like that in the back of that jet. And then they had, you know, with I think what people forget, and I saw an infographic about this. So the F-14 made its first flight in the 70s, which is, you know, we're talking about 50 years ago. So it was last active it was active in 1986 was when that movie came out. So now we're looking at almost 40 years ago. It's the same time period. So compare jets of today to that jet from 1986. It's the same as comparing the F-14 to a World War II era fighter. You know, and it's wild to think that that's how much time has, you know, how much technological evolution has occurred, that looking back to an F-14 from now to then is the same as looking from an F-14 to, say, an F-4U Corsair.
Yeah. But let me ask you this. Besides Top Gun Maverick, could you name any other movie that came out this year?
No.
Isn't that sad?
Was there some Thor movie that came out?
Thor Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
And it did okay at the box office for the first week.
There's Buzz Lightyear that bombed.
It bombed, yeah. So I haven't seen it yet, and I will. I'll watch it.
I listened to it. We went on vacation last week, and the kids watched it in the back of the car.
So, unfortunately, like, I'm buying into the critics of Lightyear, and they're essentially saying it's about a real person, not the toys origin story from Toy Story. And I love all the Toy Story movies. Like,
oh, they're awesome.
For me, they were awesome.
Yeah.
And if they're just using a character from that
and
to get you to go,
yeah,
when it should have been a completely different character for a completely different kind of movie,
yeah.
To me, that's a little. It's disingenuous, but that's not the word I'm looking for. It's scumbaggish.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're preying on people's feelings toward a character to show them a movie that has nothing to do with that character.
Right.
So for me, and I'll be honest with you, in 2022, for me, the kids' movies had just not been great. Or just non-existent. There's been very few.
Yeah.
I mean,
so Sing 2 was pretty good.
Oh, that was good. I'm not gonna. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I love the first one too, though.
Yeah. I think the Minions franchise is pretty good. Didn't the Minions movie come out?
Rise of Gru just came out though.
Okay.
And I haven't seen it. We're gonna take the girls to go see it in the theaters.
Yeah.
Just because we haven't taken the girls to a theater in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like my wife and I went to Top Gun Maverick, but we didn't take the girls with us. They went with their grandmother.
Yeah.
But they like going to the movies. The problem is there just haven't been movies that have been in the theaters for kids.
Right.
So Lightyear is one. But that I can't think of the name. You just said it.
The Minions one?
The Minions one. Yeah, the Minions one is the other one. So we'll take the girls to see Minions Rise of Gru in the movies. But I'm just looking at Chippendale Rescue Rangers. That's not a movie theater movie. Good. It was an okay movie.
Okay.
It started off real bad though.
Yeah.
Like it needed a turn to get me back in it. And I'm literally just scrolling through to see if there were any other really good. I mean, Turning Red came out, but even that was like, if you got young boys, it's kind of a it's a little bit of an awkward movie for young boys.
They watch so mine are. I don't want to say they're dumb because they're my kids, but they're boys, so they're naturally dumb, and they didn't understand any of it.
Right,
like they were uninterested. They
didn't realize it was related to a girl's period.
Right,
which it pretty much was.
Right, so they don't know what that is to begin with. This was just some chick that got pissed off and turned into a panda, and then they're kind of lost interest in it. So,
I mean, we saw West Side Story. No, did we? In the Heights, I think is what it was. It was the Lin-Manuel Miranda version of whatever. It wasn't West Side Story though. It was In the Heights, which is not a version of anything. It was like a musical. It's like his usual like. It's a movie but a musical.
I'll pass.
It wasn't bad.
Hard pass.
It wasn't bad. I'm just saying. I'm still scrolling to find kids movies. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with Nicolas Cage as Nicolas Cage in the movie.
Like he's playing himself.
He is, and
I loved when SNL would do him like, I can't believe I'm not in this movie.
Yeah. So it was a different kind of movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
It wasn't awful.
Yeah.
I would watch it. Like if I hadn't seen it, I would watch it. But I've seen it, so I'm not gonna watch it again. Like it's not something you'd watch twice.
Right.
The Man from Toronto with Woody Harrelson, Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Decent flick.
All right.
I'm also a Woody Harrelson fan though.
No, I like Woody Harrelson,
and he's in a role. I mean, obviously it's not Zombieland, which is one of his best roles ever. Mm-hmm. Similar though, it's really a good role for him. And Kevin Hart does what Kevin Hart does. You know, he's shocked at everything. Funny, you know, he's a funny dude. Still scrolling. The number of kids movies is ridiculously slim right now. In fact, I'm gonna have to go Bob's Burgers, but that's not really a kids movie. The Bad Guys was okay. I
like The Bad Guys.
Yeah.
So I think so. My boys really like those books. So I thought The Bad Guys was a cute movie.
Yeah, it was. And I can't remember the dude's name. That was the head character. It was the guy from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Okay.
Sam something. He was the lead character in that. He always does a good job, and it doesn't matter what movie he's in. Sam, I can't remember his last name though. Let's see other kids movies that came out. Just so few. Let's see. So Luck just came out. I haven't seen that yet. Sea Beast, haven't seen that yet either. Marmaduke was the Bad Guys Turning Red. Ice Age, another Ice Age movie. Come on. The Hotel Transylvania one.
I mean, some of I saw the first one was good.
The first one was great. I thought it was a nice movie. Second one, okay, but now they're on like number 5.
Yeah,
this is literally like Adam Sandler just finding movies for his friends to go in again. It's David Spade. It's I think it's Chris Rose's brother. It's Chris Rock. It's all his buddies again. It's literally like Grown Ups 3, Grown Ups 85, except it's Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah, I like Grown Ups.
Yeah, it was all right.
Grown Ups 2 is kind of
It's a movie that should never have had another sequel. It shouldn't have had a sequel, let alone 2 of them.
Right.
Let's see, and Rumble, but I mean now we're into 2021. So you had Rumble, Addams Family 2, and Encanto was great, but that wasn't in theaters though.
Yeah, I called Encanto Land Moana.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Pretty much, yeah. But now we're back in 2021. I mean, I was like 2022. I'm looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total movies. Mm-hmm. Paws of Fury, good movie. Legend of Hank. I'm gonna say this right now though, and I looked online to see if I was just stupid. Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank, has a lot of parallels to Blazing Saddles.
Oh, it does?
It does. Now Mel Brooks is in Paws of Fury, Legend of Hank, and apparently like they put in some of the Blazing Saddles references with his blessing.
Oh, okay.
So like when the new sheriff comes to town and he's a dog. And it's a town of cats. Mm-hmm. Like this is cat land. There's no dogs in cat land.
Right.
So the new samurai, not sheriff, the new samurai is a dog. Well, in Blazing Saddles, it was, an all-white town and a black sheriff. That was their take on it. And like, well, the funny, like they were looking through the binoculars like they were in Blazing Saddles, and they were like trying to say things, but someone was ringing a bell like they were like it's a carbon copy of that scene. And I thought that was ingenious to put that in a kids movie. Obviously not with all the the racial undertones, but yeah,
Right.
it was still had it was pretty funny.
I wonder if Blazing Saddles could get made today.
Can't. Not with those things. There's no way. It's like all racial references.
Yeah.
It's racial references. It's all misogynistic stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you have like Mel Brooks with his head between, like the opening scene with him, or one of the opening scenes with him, is him with his face in some cleavage.
Yeah.
You can't do that now. But I wish like there were more kids movies stuff. I mean, we're only what 7-8 months in the year.
Yeah.
7-8 months in the year, and you're only talking about 11 movies for kids. Mm-hmm. Like, come on, man, kids watch movies too, and parents need movies to take their kids to.
Yeah.
Like, how am I supposed to take my kid to a movie in a movie theater if you don't put anything in the theater worth watching? Like, no one's going to see Sea Beast in the movie theater. You know, it's not a Pixar and Illumination are the two big cartoon makers.
Yep.
There's some others, but they're not those two.
Yeah.
And they, by far and away, make the best looking animated movies.
Yeah. Isn't there a new Beavis and Butthead movie?
Yes.
Can't take the kids to that one, though.
Nope. Just like you couldn't take them to Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, Sing 2 last year.
I saw Sing 2 in the theaters with the kids.
Good movie.
Yeah. Yeah. It was cool that it was I forget Wes, what was the dude's name? I say Wes Claypool, but who's the bassist for I forget what band, but
I think it's Bono.
Bono was the character. I forget the character's name. And
he's a lion.
Yeah. But there's a movie coming out called Devotion. It's about the Korean War.
You took a turn there.
I did. I'm getting out of kid movies. But yeah, it's about. So I'm looking forward to that one. It's two pilots in the Korean War. So
I'm going to spring one on you for kids, and I'm going to go back to TV shows right now. Anyone who's not watching this is missing out, and we happen to have found it by chance. And I think Disney Plus just picked it up. Mm-hmm. It's a show called Bluey.
Okay.
It's definitely a kid's show, right? But it's got some adult humor in it that the kids won't like. My wife and I enjoy the show. Like, that's a show. Like, I would watch it if the kids weren't there.
Okay.
My wife even tears. She gets a tear in her eye on some of the episodes because they're a little emotional, in a good way though. Mm-hmm. Like it talks about like parenting in a way as much as it does about kids stuff. Good show. It's about four dog. It's a 4-dog family basically in Australia. Mm-hmm. So it's put on. So it's partially funded by the Australian government. And it was only shown in Australia for the longest time.
Okay.
And it airs in Australia first before it comes to Disney Plus. Disney can only license it. Mm-hmm. So they license it. So if you have Disney Plus, you get it about, I think, 6 months after it airs in Australia. If you're a pirate, you can get it while it airs in Australia.
Okay.
But if you're not watching it, and you're looking for something to watch with your kids, I highly recommend it. It's a really good show.
Yeah.
There are not too many kids shows that I thought were fun to watch with the kids, but that's one of them. I'm trying to think of what other ones there were. There was like one or two other ones that we didn't mind watching. Like, they just didn't grate on our nerves. Mm-hmm. Bluey, on the other hand, it's not a show that just doesn't grate on your nerves. It's a show that we actually enjoy watching, which is strange for a little cartoon. So that's my TV pick for all you peoples out there.
Bluey. See, it's weird. My kid, like, my oldest just watches. He watches YouTube videos of baseball, and then Colton, he mainly just plays Minecraft and Roblox.
Yeah.
And then watches videos about that to get ideas on how. And then the baby just kind of, he like right now he just wants to watch Top Gun all the time, or he calls them Vengers. So he want to watch one of the Vengers. Right now his favorite Venger is Black Panther. So.
Well, that should be good because I think Black Panther 2.
Oh, is that coming out?
I want to say next year.
Okay.
Or I could be wrong. They delayed that a couple times.
Yeah.
Though.
They delayed Top Gun Maverick a bunch of times.
So it was made. It was done.
Yeah.
But Tom Cruise is like, I'm not. He goes, this is going out in the theater.
Yeah.
And you want to know the interesting thing, and you'll probably remember this. When you're sitting down the movie and it's first starting, it starts with him giving a personal message to everyone who goes to the theater. I really like that. Yeah. He was basically like, thank you for coming back to the theater.
Yeah.
Like, damn, Tom Cruise.
I know. Like,
why did the Scientology people have to suck you in?
Yeah.
And make me wonder about you. Yeah. I still think you're creepy, but thank you, Tom Cruise. Another TV show for kids, Disney Plus again, Big City Greens. Here's an interesting. All right, and I don't know where it's aired, but The Secrets of Sulphur Springs. It's an odd, it's not a popular show, not a huge budget. It's a good show though, and it's mostly centered around kids.
Where is it? Sulphur Springs, West Virginia?
I don't know.
That's my sister used to live there.
It could be, but essentially it's about this family moves into an old hotel / inn, supposedly haunted. Mm-hmm. A girl went missing from this camp that was at the inn or whatever. Remember, it was a camp, maybe not an inn, but anyway. So they think she's haunting the place, whatever. These kids find like a time portal, and apparently she went back in time, and they found her. And so it's an interesting show. It's not as sci-fi. It's not like sci-fi. It's not like a Star Trek type thing. Good show. Good for if kids like that kind of thing. That it's not a cartoon. It's a show that's got suspense. It's a little bit of drama, but not drama in like the teenage girl kind of drama.
Yeah.
It's like drama in like the detective kind of drama. Mm-hmm. So like we enjoyed it, and the kids enjoyed it. So like for me, that's what a good kid show is. Like if parents and kids can enjoy it, and it's not just some like creepy thing. I'm trying to think of what else was there. My kids like The Loud House, which is all right. One and Only Ivan is a movie if people want to cry. What else is there? Oh, TV shows. We started this off with, I don't know how we veered on to movies, but TV shows. Mm-hmm. One of my favorites, it's on every year, Hard Knocks.
Okay.
So for people who don't know what Hard Knocks is, it's basically NFL Films gets complete access to an NFL training camp. I mean, you're talking like in the training room, coaches meetings, players meetings, on the practice field. They get into the whole drama of who's going to get cut, who's not going to cut. They talk about first round draft pick, and they go into it's almost like the Real World from MTV for the NFL.
Except it's real.
Except it's actually real. Yeah. It's real.
Yeah.
Not just, true story.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
So this year they're doing the Detroit Lions. Now, do I have any connection to the Detroit Lions? No, I don't. But after the first episode, I'm probably going to be pulling for the Detroit Lions. And look, the Ravens are my team. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the Ravens. But after watching this and seeing, like, especially someone who's played football, I know what coach speak is, and I know how fake coaches can be. Mm-hmm. This dude Dan Campbell, and so it's Dan Campbell's head coach. Deuce Staley is the offensive coordinator.
Oh wow.
Aaron Glenn is the defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. Mark Brunell, quarterback's coach.
Brunell, wow.
Name from the past, right?
Yeah. Left-handed.
Yes.
Left-handed quarterbacks always look goofy to me.
I know, like Tua Tagovailoa down in Miami.
Yeah.
It looks so weird to me, dude. I'm like, man, he can't even throw a spiral. How is he in the league? Anyway, the interaction. There's one interaction. So there's the scene with the interaction of Deuce Staley and Aaron Glenn when the offense and defense are going against each other, and those two were talking junk to each other, like hard. Like I was like, if I'm a player and I'm standing there and I see my offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator jawing this hard, Like if they fight, do we break that up? Like how does this work here?
Or do we all fight?
Yeah, like usually it's like the players who are going to fight.
Yeah.
Or doing the jawing back and forth. I mean, now you got it's like the offensive defensive coordinator doing like. Do we have to jump in?
Yeah.
Like if they start fighting, how does this work? Like raise my hand. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And then you had like a bunch of other ex-NFL players that are coaches on that team. But those two by far, the interaction between those two was hysterical. And then there's another scene where the first round draft pick, I think he was the number 2 pick in the draft, Aiden Hutchinson. Mm-hmm. He was a defensive end from Michigan, and so in NFL rookie camps, in NFL training camps, they make the rookies go up and entertain the veterans, basically, or entertain the group. It's like kind of like you're hazing your initiation, but it's fun, right? I mean, and so he gets up there and he starts doing. He starts singing Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. And generally, like a lot of these things, when the rookies get up and try to entertain the group, it's usually awful.
Yeah.
Like they're nervous or whatever. But this kid, he gets up there. At first he messes it up, completely botches it. He's like, let me start again. So he starts again. And now he's up, he's singing. Can't really sing, but he's singing well enough. He's dancing around. Probably like by the 3rd line, 4th line of the song, other people start singing with him because it's Billie Jean. Everyone knows the words.
Yeah.
Now he's up there dancing. Everyone else is like they're all moving around. One guy in the second row, for some reason, just whips off his shirt and throws it like toward the front of the room. Mm-hmm. And a guy in the first row, without even looking, puts his hands up, catches it, and starts waving the shirt. Like he didn't even look, I don't know how that was possible. Like
right.
It was that one scene was like it was going through Twitter, and I'm watching it going, how did he even know the shirt was there? But he like didn't. It was like the same motion. Like he was like dancing, reaches up, grabs his shirt, and just starts helicoptering it.
Wow.
Like wow, that guy should make the roster just for that. That's situational awareness.
So you had said that you're going to pull for the Lions.
Yeah.
And I've heard like people watch these shows and start because they get to kind of know some of the players and feel a connection to them. So, a couple of years ago, there was a show on Amazon. I think it's called All or Nothing.
Yes.
And they did the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I hate the Toronto Maple Leafs. I enjoy hating the Maple Leafs. I'm a Capitals fan. I think I hate Toronto more than I hate Pittsburgh or Philadelphia or the Rangers. And the reasons are, most of them are stupid, but some are legit. But for the most part, the Maple Leafs have been garbage for years. Now all of a sudden they've got Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews and great players, but they still they don't go far in the playoffs. They get washed out. I love watching them lose. And one of the reasons I think I hate them is because they haven't won anything since 1963 was the last time they won the Stanley Cup. But their fans act like Yankee fans. We're the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's an original 6 team.
Right.
But at least Yankee fans can back it up because right now the team's a powerhouse. And they've won a bunch of shit.
They've won the most World Series of any major league
team. They've won the most championships of any team.
Right.
So to see the Maple Leafs fans acting like Yankee fans but don't have anything to back it up, I'm like, but a buddy of mine watched that show. I was like, watch All or Nothing and you will no longer hate the Maple Leafs. So now I have a dilemma. Do I watch the show, which supposedly is really good and gives you a behind-the-scenes look at how an NHL team runs, and risk liking the Maple Leafs? Or do I not watch it and I deprive myself of that experience to continue to hate the Toronto Maple Leafs?
So here's the thing. You're it's kind of like me. I'm not going to become a Lions fan.
Right.
But I may pull for them this season.
Yeah.
But I'm not pulling. I'm not going to. If the Ravens and the Lions play, I'm still going Ravens.
Right.
There's no question. Speaking of that All or Nothing, they did all for people who love soccer or football in Europe, as they call it. All or Nothing did the Tottenham Hotspurs, and which was a good one. But there's and this is on Netflix, or at least it was. I don't know if it is anymore. Very similar called Sunderland Till I Die. Mm-hmm. About it used to be a Premier League team called Sunderland, and they kind of got into like the whole town and the team, but then the team got relegated, and then like relegated again. Like so, they did 3 seasons of it. But it was interesting to see how the English soccer works.
Yeah,
and their different divisions and the difference between the top and the middle and the. It was very interesting. I got into it. I wish they would have done another season. But they didn't. But though, in the other one, and which is on Netflix, is the F1 series Drive to Survive.
Okay.
I was never an F1 fan, and my wife's cousin's husband told me to watch it, so I did, and I liked it.
Yeah.
And I'm still not an F1 fan.
I like F1 a lot more than I like NASCAR.
It's because it's racing.
Yeah.
It's not just left turns.
Yeah.
Or right turns, whichever way they go. But the problem is that if you get the pole or like one of the top 3 spots, I'd say you're probably like I say they win like 85% of the time because some of these courses you can't pass on.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, all right. And the other problem I have with F1 is it's basically Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah.
Everyone else is playing for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 8th, 12th, whatever. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's like, okay, if there's only 6 cars that can win this thing, and for the most part, on those 3 teams, there's a head dog and there's a backup dog.
Yeah. And
like the backup dog will like let the lead dog pass him to get extra points. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's not how you like. That's not you actually getting points. It's someone letting you pass to get points.
Yeah.
And for me, like all that nonsense, like that's not like to me, that's not legit racing anymore.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of money in F1.
Oh yeah,
it's crazy money there.
Well, it's huge in Europe. It's not too big here.
Yeah.
My problem,
Asia too.
Yeah. My problem with NASCAR is that it's just, first of all, the cars, they're just stickers. They all, like, the bodies are all identical.
Right.
And then it says, like, like Toyota's now running the Supra. And so it's got Supra stickers on it.
But it looks nothing like a Supra.
No, and it's powered by a V8, a carbureted V8.
Right.
The Supra is not a carbureted V8.
Right.
And then before when it was Taurus, Impala, Camry.
Yeah.
And in NASCAR, they're rear-wheel drive carbureted V8s. In real life, they're, front-wheel drive V6, like just the most ho-hum, boring sedan you could think of. And they just drive in circles and turn left. Now, I will watch a NASCAR road race.
Right.
At Sears Point or Watkins Glen.
Talladega.
Yeah, well, Talladega is a big oval.
Well, that's not tough. What's Watkins Glen?
Watkins Glen's in New York. That's a road course. One, right? Yep. And then Sears Point is the California one.
Gotcha.
I'll watch those because it's funny.
I find it hysterical though. Sometimes they bring in specialty drivers just for those races.
Yeah, they'll bring in like 3rd tier F1 drivers.
It wasn't
because they're good at road racing.
Like that guy wasn't Boris Said.
Yeah,
he was one of them. He would only race like 4 races a year, and it was the road races.
Yeah,
and then it's like to me that's not like you should be able to. You can't turn both ways.
Yeah,
like you're so bad at making right turns they had to bring in a ringer.
Yeah,
like you're not that much of a race car driver if all you can do is go in a circle.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'll call me crazy.
Yeah,
but no, that F1 Drive to Survive was a good show. I'm trying to think of what else.
So I recently watched We Own This City.
How was that?
So, I mean, being in this area, you see a lot of stuff you recognize, and then for us, like that story was all over the Baltimore Sun and all over the news for a while. So we have a more decent view. We watched it unfold. But so the guy who plays Wayne Jenkins also played the Punisher.
Yes, good actor, by the way.
This dude. So think of the lousiest the most awful sounding Baltimore Dundalk accent you can think of. This dude nailed, like, let's go, Ews. Like,
Oh, no.
he nailed
on,
it. He absolutely nailed it. And to listen to him talk, you're like, wow, that dude, like, because I think he's not from Baltimore. He's probably British. They're all British.
No, he's not British.
Whatever he is.
He was in what was that movie with Stallone and De Niro? The Grudge Match or something like that?
Was he in that?
The boxing, yeah. He was like one of the sons or something like that.
But that dude, he's not from Balmer.
No.
And he nailed a Balmer accent. He absolutely nailed it. So, I mean, the show was good. They interjected some woke stuff in there that I don't think really needed to be there. I don't think it enhanced the story at all. So I enjoyed that one.
I do think that's going to come to an end fairly quickly, because some of the streaming services are starting to pull the woke content.
Oh yeah,
because it's not playing very well.
Yeah,
with some people. Now don't get me wrong. Well,
that's because you're racist.
Yeah, it's because of ignorance, man. And it's like, well, sometimes people with ignorance pay good money for streaming services.
Yeah.
So,
because Lightyear, that Buzz Lightyear stuff had some.
Well, there was that Marvel movie.
Yeah.
What was the Marvel? It wasn't Miss Marvel. They're not releasing the movie.
Oh really?
Like it was a $90 million budget for the movie, and they're just not going to release it.
Yeah.
Like, imagine what they thought it was going to do. Their bottom line, to spend $90 million on a movie, a finished movie, and they're not even going to go straight to the streaming service with it. Like, they're not going to Disney Plus with this.
Wow.
They're just scrapping it.
Yeah.
Now, will they release it some other time, maybe later? I don't know.
Yeah.
But the problem with scrapping a Marvel Universe movie is a lot of these movies intertwine with the long story.
Yeah.
They're going to have to replace that part of the story, unless it just didn't have it in there.
Is there a way to cut the woke stuff out of it?
I don't know. I mean, I never saw it. Like, it's literally not released for anyone to watch.
Because like the Buzz Lightyear movie had some woke stuff in it, and
what is it? Just like a girl kissing a girl?
Yeah.
It was like some lesbian action.
Yeah, which I'm cool with.
I mean, look, because kids, and I guess they're like, well, it's in a kids movie. Okay, well,
I don't think it had a place in a kids movie, but if my kids saw it and said, "Daddy, why is that girl kissing a girl?" I'd say, well, because sometimes girls kiss girls.
Right.
That's the end of it.
I mean, it's also kind of like if two dudes are kissing a movie.
Yeah.
Why is that guy kissing a guy? Because sometimes guys kiss guys.
Yeah.
Right? But you got some homer like, man, I can't believe they put this in front of my kids.
Yeah. Meanwhile, your kid is watching like straight up porn on the internet when you're not around.
Or you were letting them watch like some other movie where it's like just shooting, like violence.
Yeah.
Like, well,
yeah.
This is something.
Here, watch John Wick.
Right. Right. Whatever. Yeah. Something stupid. But I mean, yeah, I don't. If that's all that's in Lightyear, then the hoopla is about nothing. Yeah. And I don't know why I don't know why I go to like the redneck voice whenever I think of someone like
stupid,
like hating woke stuff. I mean, I'm sure there's some Southern people that love the woke stuff, and I'm not sure why I went that way.
Right.
Yeah, I'm literally scrolling through like to see what TV shows are out there. In the Dark was good. Which was
my wife got into that.
But we're on like season 4 right now.
Is it on the CW now or something?
Yes. But it's like, okay, first 2 seasons, all right, the drama makes sense, but now it's like, okay, now we're stretching it.
Yeah.
Like, it was a show that never should have gotten to season 4. But because people watched it, they gave it a 4th season and just kind of threw together a plot line. It's like, oh, this is not good. Joe versus Carol for the Tiger King fans. They did a sequel to that, which, like, guys, you had a hit. You got lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
Like, the and obviously, and nobody's talking about Joe versus Carol. I mean, it doesn't help that the picture that they're using for the banner, it looks like Joe Dirt. It's like, wow, you guys didn't sell this very well. As I keep scrolling down. By the way, this time of year, anyone who plays fantasy football, the league is a great TV show. It's got about 6 seasons. It's literally about dumbasses playing fantasy football. And all like the pranks and stuff they do to each other. I don't know. There's just TV's been Mayor of Kingstown was supposed to be pretty good, but I didn't watch that either.
Let me ask you this: do you watch anything on traditional network TV? Any shows?
So we don't have a TV package. So if I'm watching it, if it aired on a regular TV channel, I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I'm watching it from the streaming platform.
right.
And again, I'm what's Johnny Depp's character in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, I'm Jack Sparrow in all this stuff for the most part. So, yeah, I don't think I've watched. I mean, I watched NFL games pretty much, and that every once in a while I'll watch a baseball game. I'll watch baseball once we get more close to the playoffs, especially if the Orioles are still in it. But like The Offer, we're actually rewatching The Office. We're going through episodes of The Office. Ozark was another one that was good for like 2 seasons, and they're just dragging it out now.
I tried to get into that.
It's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough to get into.
I think I was expecting Breaking Bad, which just kind of like comes out of the gate running. And really, Breaking Bad only had one bad episode, which was that stupid one where he chased the fly all over the place.
My wife's watching Better Call Saul right now, which is the spin-off of Breaking Bad. I just can't get into it.
I watched season 1. I really liked it. But I don't know if I haven't rushed back to watch any more of it. So
The Righteous Gemstones was good.
Okay.
They haven't come out with season 2 though, so it's like one of the problems I have with a lot of these streaming services is they put out a TV show and season 2, like with network TV, season 1 was the spring, season 2 was the fall. Then you got another season in the spring, you got another season in the fall, and then we take like a 6 to 8 week hiatus, right?
Right.
With these streaming services, it's you get 10 episodes of season 1, and then you have to wait a year for season 2. Like I feel like the momentum's gone.
Okay.
Like I've forgotten about the show.
So there's a show, and I was just thinking about. I can't remember the name of it. Christina Applegate's in it. It was on Netflix.
Oh, Dead to Me, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
So my wife and I watched season 1 and season 2, and we're like, "This is all like we loved it." Well, then they completely. I guess they were like super terrified of COVID and didn't film at all. So it's been almost 3 years since a new season has come out, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna jump back into it.
It's really hard, like, because so for example, like my wife and I, we watched like the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones, right? We stopped for whatever reason, and I mean I readily have the remaining seasons available.
Yeah.
But because it's been so long since we watched the last season we watched, we don't even know where, like, should we just jump back in? Do we rewatch the last season we watched? Do we have to start from the beginning? Yeah. It's kind of like that with a show that's been gone for a year or two.
Yeah.
You're just not invested in it.
Right.
Like, if it was 6 to 8 weeks and then it came back, or even 3 months, it's still somewhat fresh in your brain. Like, you can jump right back in. You know where it stopped. With these shows coming back a year, 18 months later, like, I'm not as invested emotionally anymore.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that does hurt them and people coming back to watch.
Well, I stopped. So I was watching. I got really to Black Sails.
Okay.
It was an awesome show, especially the first couple seasons, and then it kind of got. The last season just got too far fetched, and I stopped. So I only have a couple episodes left to finish it. I just don't think I will. I am excited for the next season of Cobra Kai.
Yep, coming out, I believe. It's either next month or month after.
Yeah. Cobra Kai was just awesome. Like, it's so corny.
Oh yeah,
but it's just so. I actually have an Eagle Fang Karate T-shirt.
Nice.
So
it's the thing is that you go into it knowing it's going to be corny, and that's why you watch it though.
Yeah.
Like, I want to watch it for the corniness. Another show we watched was The Umbrella Academy.
Okay.
And I think we've talked about this one before. With Elliot Page is in it. And then my wife loves this show, Virgin River.
Oh, Lindsay loves that thing.
I can't get into it. I think they talk.
Yeah.
Because they seem to watch the same trashy shows together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Bridgerton.
Oh, my wife.
I have problems with Bridgerton on so many levels because I'm a history nut.
Yeah, it's not accurate at all.
No. So, like, the costumes don't match the technology, and then, there's just, I can't get past it. Now, my wife got into Euphoria, and she watched all of that, and then her and her friend were talking about it, and they're like, oh, yeah, this girl has she's got an amazing rack, and I was like, oh, okay. So then they're trying to find me an episode to watch where they're on display, and they couldn't. They're watching this episode. This is stupid. Like, I'm like, where are the boobs?
I was promised boobs.
There's no boobs. So then I Googled the actress and found a picture.
Sure.
And I was like, oh, I agree. They are nice. We can stop watching. How'd you find them? I'm like,
the internet.
Huh?
How didn't you find them?
Right. Like, I'm going to write you a letter and mail it to you to explain how I found them.
So you pretty much put any actress's name and boobs in Google.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure an image will come up.
Right. It might be photoshopped.
Yeah.
But it'll be close.
Someone.
So,
close enough.
Yeah.
I don't need to see the real things.
So, but yeah.
But, so, the last show I was going to talk about was, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember if I mentioned that we started watching Yellowstone.
I think you've said it. I don't know whether it was on here.
I think I might have said before we recorded,
yeah.
though. So this episode kind of came out of left field because we just started talking about TV shows we were watching. We're like, well, we should press record.
Yeah.
So we did. We started watching Yellowstone, and I think we're on season 3. It's almost, for me, it's almost getting to the point now where it's getting a little long in the tooth.
Okay.
It's like, God, don't you ever give a day where you're not, like, having some drama issues? Like, but I mean, obviously it's not real life, right? I mean,
right. Like, they're not going to show you an episode of the guy, like, picking up his dry cleaning,
right.
taking his truck to get the oil changed.
Yeah.
They're not going to show you that episode.
Right. But it's like, can't we have, like, a happy episode? Like,
yeah.
Go to the carnival. Just go to the local, the local ice cream shop or something. Just show something normal, for crying out loud. Like, you're always shooting somebody. Someone's always bothering you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a good show, though. I mean, someone told me to watch it. I mean, Kevin Costner's in it, which is good. And then they said to watch 1883. It's supposed to be like the prequel to it, but they made it afterwards. But so hopefully, I mean, people listen to this. Hopefully, you got some ideas on what to watch, what not to watch. TV shows and movies.
Yeah, if you got something good, leave a comment or something.
Yeah, please. Like, especially if you got a movie that's great to watch in the movie theater, because I would like to go back. I mean, we're gonna go back with our girls to go see the Minions movie. But unfortunately, like, a lot of these movies, they're just not going to theaters. Like the Apple Plus one, Luck, which is out, and I haven't seen it. Looks like a decent movie though, but that's not going to theaters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got kids that would like to go to a theater. I really think movie companies are probably, I feel like they're missing like a nice chunk of revenue where people could take their kids to the movie theater. They said there's only really been 2 movies in the last 6 months I would actually take my kids to go see in the theater. Sing 2.
Yeah.
And the Minions movie. Mm-hmm. And not that it's a movie theater movie. It's just a kids movie that I know is safe to take my kids to.
Yeah.
They're not going to get some kind of garbage thrown in their face. But it's a way for them to experience the movie theater. It's a way for them to get in the comfy chair, stuff their face with popcorn. Like,
maybe they'll leave you alone for 2 hours.
Shoot, man, be honest with you, I'm probably going to be just as into the movies they are. You know? And I wish that Hollywood, when they make a kids movie, like, not a kids movie, but like, you remember, like, there used to be movies like Little Giants,
mm-hmm.
and Angels in the Outfield, and like I feel like the 90s and the early 2000s, they made more family movies Like now they got like Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Oh, it was awful.
But that's like some of these are like some of the movies are cringe worthy for kids.
And they all starred Jennifer Garner.
Right. Yeah. Well, yes, please. Yes, Day.
Yeah.
For her.
Oh.
She was the worst actress of that cast.
Yeah.
Like she was awful in it. I forgot how bad she was. And then what was that movie she did, like Peppermint, where she was like supposed to be an assassin? Like you're gonna go from assassin to Yes Day? Like, you don't have that kind of range, sweetie.
And she was also in what is it?
You're not thinking of Juno, are you?
No, the horrible, no good, very bad day.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
No, I haven't watched that one.
Yeah. My wife puts them on. She says, "Oh, the kids will love this." I'm like, the kids are gonna hate this.
The kids never.
Nothing's exploding. There's no home runs getting hit. Like, they don't want to watch this. The baby wants to watch Top Gun
all the time.
Just put Top Gun on.
Your wife's probably like, but I don't want to watch Top Gun.
Like, too bad.
You have 3 boys and a grown boy.
Yeah.
They're not watching Love Actually with you.
We're watching stuff blow up.
Yeah, sorry. Like, that's the hand you've been dealt. You're a boy mom.
Yeah.
You know, the hashtag boy mom, right? Just like I'm hashtag girl dad. I don't get to watch things blow up that often.
Right.
Right. Like if you want to watch the stuff you're looking for, you can swing on by my house.
Yeah. You can watch all that stuff down here.
Yeah, you come on over. It's on. Trust me. It's on all the time. Yeah. Hopefully, yeah, if you guys have any movies, I mean, whether it's movie theater or not, anything, any kind of movie that's worth seeing, let us know. TV shows, let us know about those as well. I'm always looking for something to kind of get into. I usually find that, like, you know, I find one thing that I want to watch, I watch it, and then I got to start the search all over again. So I like it when I get recommendations on things to watch.
Queued up.
Yeah, exactly. Like they used to have the Netflix queue. They still have that.
I don't know.
Like you used to have to do it for your DVDs when you were getting them mailed to you back in the day. Back in my day. but yeah, leave us a comment. Let us know what you're watching, what you want to watch, what's coming out in the future that you'll want to see in the theaters. Let us know if there's anything in the theaters that would be good to rewatch, if there's anything, because that's another thing. Theaters starting to put out old movies back in the theaters to get people in. But let us know. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and we will talk to you next time.